What's going on, everybody? We've got a packed international slate, and there are a few spots here that really stand out from a betting angle. We're going to run through Spain versus Saudi Arabia, Belgium versus Iran, Uruguay versus Cape Verde, and New Zealand versus Egypt. I'm going to keep it moving, keep it clear, and give you the angles that make the most sense based on the numbers and the matchup info you gave me. Let's get into it. First up, Spain taking on Saudi Arabia. Spain are heavy favorites here, and for good reason. The market has them way ahead, and the under 3.5 goals angle is also getting support based on the model edge. 8 of Saudi Arabia's last 10 games finished that way, and Spain have been conceding just 0.4 goals on average across their last 10. That tells you Spain are controlling games and not giving up much at all. Still, I'm not sure I want to force the under here. Spain looked like a team that might come in with a little extra edge after the performance in their opening game. They'll want to prove a point after seeing big results from Germany, the Netherlands, and England. That kind of energy matters in a tournament setting. They also have Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams back on the pitch, and that changes the feel of this game a lot. In the previous Saudi Arabia game, they were basically on the back foot the whole time and didn't create much from open play. Spain should have a lot more control here. My best pick is Spain to win pretty comfortably, but it might take a little while before they really open things up. A 2-0 or 3-0 type of game feels right. Spain are also extremely disciplined. They don't give away many fouls, they don't pick up many cards, and they haven't had more than one card in a game in over a year. That's because they keep the ball so well. For player angles, I like Lamine Yamal to get a goal or an assist on his first World Cup start. He's back in the mix, and this feels like a stage where he can make an impact. For the scoreline, I'm on Spain 3-0. Next up, Belgium taking on Iran. This is the first ever meeting between these two nations, and Iran are coming off a draw with New Zealand after coming from behind twice. That was in LA, and travel has clearly been part of the conversation for them. Their captain even said they were stopped for 5 hours on the way there, which is not exactly ideal preparation for a football match. Belgium are the firm favorites, but the question is whether people fully trust them after their previous performance. Looking at their last 10 games, Belgium have been unbeaten. They're averaging 2.2 points per game, they've scored 33 goals in that span, and they've had more expected goals than their opponents in 9 out of 10 games. That's a strong profile. They've also been very reliable in higher scoring games. Both teams to score and over 2.5 goals has landed in 9 of their last 10. They've conceded first in only one of those 10 games, and they've failed to score in only one of them. Another thing that stands out is how strong they've been in the second half. They've scored 21 of their 25 second half goals, so they really finish well. That makes this one interesting. Belgium may take a little time to settle, but once they start clicking, they can take over a match late. Iran may try to hang around, but Belgium's overall profile says they're more likely to grow into the game than fade from it. So for this one, my best pick is over 1 goal in the second half. Belgium could get 2 or 3 and really announce themselves in the competition. I also like both teams to receive a card in this fixture. For the scoreline, I'm going with Belgium 3-0. Next, Uruguay against Cape Verde. Uruguay are priced as heavy favorites here, and Cape Verde are coming off a 0-0 draw with Spain, which was obviously a massive result for them. The question now is whether they can back that up. Uruguay had plenty of shots in their first game against Saudi Arabia. Barbosa had 5, Darwin Núñez had 1, and Núñez is still getting back into rhythm after that first game since February. Uruguay also didn't play any warm-up games before this tournament, so there's an argument that they may still be getting into their groove. At the same time, Uruguay probably have more cutting edge in the final third than Cape Verde do. That's the big thing here. I do think Cape Verde may have won on their final game against Saudi Arabia, because that's the more realistic win path for them. They already have 1 point, so that final matchup could matter a lot. That said, I still think Uruguay eventually break them down. It might not be immediate, but I do expect Uruguay to score in the second half and take control late. Federico Valverde is another player I like here. He had 2 shots on target in the opening game, and now he's expected to play more centrally. That gives him more chances to get involved, and he's probably Uruguay's best player in this setup. So for this one, my best pick is Uruguay to score a goal in the second half, Federico Valverde to have a shot on target, and both teams not to score. My score prediction is Uruguay 2-0. Last game on the slate, New Zealand taking on Egypt. I was impressed with New Zealand in their first game, and I came close to taking both teams to score here. But after looking at everything, I'm leaning over 2.5 goals instead. I think there will be a winner in this game, and Egypt have enough going forward to push the scoring up. They had 7 corners against Belgium in their first game, and their approach is clear. Get the ball to Marmoush and Salah quickly, then build from there. New Zealand play a little differently. They like to play through the middle with short passes, and I'm not sure that style will work as well against this Egypt team. Even so, I do think New Zealand can contribute something offensively. Egypt to have the most corners is another angle that stands out. New Zealand only had 1 corner in their opening game against Iran, so the matchup here points Egypt's way in that category. I also think Chris Wood can still be a factor for New Zealand. He showed in the first game that he can finish when given a chance, and he did a good job bringing others into the game too. So for this one, my best pick is over 2.5 goals, Egypt to have the most corners, and I'm giving New Zealand a goal. My score prediction is Egypt 3-1. So to wrap it all up, here's how I'd play the slate. For the Spain game, I'm taking Saudi Arabia to get the most cards because Spain are the kind of team that keep the ball, stay disciplined, and make the other side do all the chasing. Spain have been conceding just 0.4 goals on average across their last 10 games. They haven't picked up more than 1 card in a game in over a year, and with Lamine Yamal and Nico Williams back, I think they control this one from start to finish. That's why I like Lamine Yamal to get a goal or an assist, and I'm landing on Spain 3-0. For Belgium against Iran, I like over 1 goal in the second half and both teams to receive a card. Belgium have been unbeaten in their last 10. They've scored 33 goals in that stretch, and they've been especially strong after halftime, with 21 of their 25 second-half goals coming there. Iran, meanwhile, had to deal with travel issues and even a reported 5-hour stoppage on the way in, so I think Belgium can eventually take control and finish the game strong. That's why I'm on Belgium 3-0. For Uruguay against Cape Verde, I'm looking for Uruguay to score a second-half goal because I think they eventually break Cape Verde down. Cape Verde just took a huge 0-0 draw with Spain, but Uruguay have more cutting edge in the final third, and Federico Valverde feels like a good player to back with a shot on target since he had 2 in the opening game and should be playing more centrally here. I'm also on both teams not to score, and I like Uruguay 2-0. For New Zealand against Egypt, I'm going with over 2.5 goals because I do think there will be a winner in this game, and Egypt looked active enough going forward to create chances. Egypt had 7 corners against Belgium, and I like them to have the most corners again here. New Zealand only had 1 corner in their opening game against Iran, but I still think they can get on the board, especially with Chris Wood showing he can finish when chances come his way. That's why I'm on New Zealand to score, and I'm calling Egypt 3-1. So that's the board. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and share it with somebody who's betting these games tonight. It helps the channel a lot, and it lets me keep bringing you these daily picks and breakdowns. And I'll catch you in the next one.